Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tintin, a former bar staff in Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. And here, we talk about the real cruise ship life, tips, experiences, and what to expect when you work at sea. Today, let's dive into one of the biggest questions people ask me. How much is the salary on a cruise ship? In this video, I'll break down the estimated monthly salary in US dollars based on different positions on board, so you know where you stand or what you can aim for. This is based on my own experience, crew feedback, and research from different cruise lines like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, MSC, and more. Let's get started. Galley utility kitchen staff. Estimated salary $900 to $1,400 per month. This is one of the most common entry-level positions on board. As a galley utility, you're responsible for keeping the kitchen clean and organized. You handle heavy-duty dishwashing, floor cleaning equipment, sanitation, and waste segregation. The work is physical, hot, and fast-paced. But the great thing is, many start here and work their way up to become commis chef or cooks. It's a great first step if you're new to cruise life and want to get in the door. Housekeeping attendant and cabin steward. Estimated salary $1,000 to $3,000 month, base plus tips. Now, if you ever stayed in a cruise cabin, the person who cleans it is your cabin steward. This role involves long hours and lots of guest interaction. You clean rooms, change linens, restock amenities, and sometimes handle requests or complaints. Most of the salary here comes from the guest tips, especially on ships that allow direct tipping. The better your service, the better your earnings. Some stewards make even more during peak cruise seasons or on luxury ships. Assistant waiter and waiter. Estimated salary $1,200 to $3,000 per month. As an assistant waiter or waiter, you'll be serving meals in the main dining room or specialty restaurant. It's a guest-facing role that requires energy, memory, and a lot of patience. This position typically earns a low base salary, but high gratuities and tips make up the rest. The most professional and friendly you are, the better chance you have to earn bigger tips and get promoted to head waiter or restaurant supervisor. Bar waiter and bartender. Estimated salary $1,200 to $3,000 per month. Working in the bar department can be very rewarding. If you're a bar waiter, you serve drinks around the ship, pool decks, lounges, and sometimes events. If you're a bartender, you'll prepare cocktails and entertain guests at the bar. Like food service, bar staff earn tips and sometimes gratuities from drink sales. Some lines offer monthly drink incentives, bonuses based on performance. A great attitude and fast service really matter here. Restaurant supervisor, F&B supervisor. Estimated salary $2,000 to $2,000 per month. This is a mid-level leadership position. As a food beverage supervisor, you oversee a team of waiter or bartenders, ensure smooth operation during service, handle guest complaint, and monitor staff performance. This role requires strong management skills and ship experience. The hours are long, but the pay is solid. Many people get promoted into this from waiter or bartender roles after a few contracts. Chef de partie and sous chef. Estimated salary $2,500 to $3,500 per month. Kitchen professionals who climb the ladder can become a chef de partie or sous chef. These are skilled culinary roles responsible for managing stations, cooking, quality control, and mentoring junior staff. If you work in hotels or restaurant before or have a culinary certification, you can apply directly for this. The pressure is high, but so is earning potential, especially on a premium or fine dining ship. Entertainment staff, dancers, musicians. Estimated salary, $2,000 to $3,500 per month. Entertainment crew have a unique place on board. This includes dancers, singers, musicians, crew staff, activity hosts, and sometimes DJs or youth staff. They usually don't have to work 14-hour shifts like hotel staff, but they do require to perform, host games or events, and always be on. These jobs comes with great guest interaction, a creative environment, and decent pay, especially for lead performers or those with special talents. Junior officers, admin staff. Estimated salary, $2,000 to $3,000 per month. These are the support roles like HR assistants, crew admin, junior purser, or junior officers in deck and engine department. You need some background in maritime office work or people management. The workload varies, but these roles are important for operation. Salary is steady and include more access to officer privileges like better cabin assignments or mess rooms. Senior officers, engineers, hotel managers. Estimated salary, $4,000 to $10,000 per month. Now, we're talking about the top tier positions on board like chief engineer, staff captain, executive chef, hotel director, and sometimes entertainment directors. These roles come with huge responsibilities. Managing department, running daily operation, ensuring safety, guest satisfaction, and crew performance. People in these roles often have years of experience, multiple contracts, and sometimes degrees or license. It takes time to get here, but the salary and respect are well worth the journey. Now listen, before you get too excited or discouraged after the salary numbers I just mentioned, I need to tell you something important. Those numbers, they're not one size fits all, because here's the real truth. Your salary on board will depend on a lot of different factors, and I want to break them down for you so you really understand where you might stand and how to grow from there. Let's go over the things that can affect your pay. The cruise line itself. Not all cruise lines pay the same. For example, Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are known for having competitive rates, while Carnival tends to have solid middle-range salaries. On the other hand, luxury cruise lines like Seabourn or Silversea might even pay more, but they also expect higher levels of service and experience. Some cruise lines include tips in your base pay, while others rely heavily on guest tipping system, so the actual amount you take home could be more or less depending on how the cruise line handles that. The ship class or size. Bigger ships often mean more guests and more opportunities to earn, especially for bar staff, waiters, and anyone in guest services. But sometimes smaller or newer ships come with better management, less chaos, and in some cases, higher expectation with better pay. I worked on a mega ship before and earned a great tips during holidays and sea days. But I've also seen crew on boutique ships make even more with fewer working hours. So it really depends on the ship, your experience and contract history. This one is huge. If you're first timer, don't expect the highest pay right away. Most cruise lines will offer you the entry-level salary for your position, even if you have experience from land-based jobs. But the great news is, every successful contract added to your value. If you finish your first contract with a good evaluation, the next one might come with a raise, promotion, or better position. So don't be discouraged if you start small. Everyone does. Promotion are real on board, and they come faster than a land if you work hard and show dedication. Your nationality. Okay, I have to be honest about this, even if it's a little uncomfortable to talk about. Yes, your nationality can affect your salary. Some cruise lines have different pay scales for different countries. It's not always fair, but it's the reality of the cruise industry. For example, two people doing the same job may receive slightly different base salaries depending on the agreement between the cruise line and their home agency. But here's the good news. Performance always speaks louder in the long run. If you're consistently doing your best, showing up, being reliable, you'll stand out no matter where you're from. Direct hire versus manning agency. This one surprised me when I was on board. If you're directly hired by the cruise line, you usually get a better contract, sometimes with better benefits, faster processing, or higher pay. But if you apply through a manning agency, especially from countries like the Philippines, Indonesia, or India, there might be extra processing fees, a slowing onboard process, or sometimes slightly different salaries based on the agency agreement. Not saying one is better than the other, but do your research and apply only through legit POEA accredited agencies. Never pay illegal placement fees. The cruise line is the one who pays the agency, not you. How people earn even more. Now here's something they don't always tell you. A lot of cruise ship positions came with bonuses, commissions, or service charge, and that can really boost your monthly income. Let me give you a few examples. Bar staff often earn gratuities on drink sales, especially during happy hour, promos, or special events. Spa workers and salon staff can commission on product sales or treatments. Retail or gift shop employees can earn bonuses based on sales target. Waiters and cabin stewards can earn big tips from satisfied guests, especially you serve them the entire voyage. Even photographers and excursion teams earn commission for every guest who buys their photo or during their tour. So your hassle really does matter. It's not about showing up. It's about going to extra mile and treating like a career. So the bottom line, your salary on board isn't fixed forever. It can grow. It can improve. And a lot of it depends on how you perform, how long you stay, and how smart you are with your choice. That's why I always say, don't focus only on the position you're starting in. Focus on where it can take you. I started small too, but with time, effort, and learning the system, I saw the rewards. If you're planning to apply or waiting for deployment, this is the perfect time to set goals. Ask yourself, what position do I want in 2 contracts? What skills do I need to improve? How can I turn this job into a long-term career? Let me know in the comments if you're already applied or what position you're aiming for. I love reading your stories and cheering you on. And as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who dreams of working at sea. I'll see you on the next video. Ingat and good luck, future seafarers.